Hi, I'm Meta Parlikar, and in this video, I'll show you how easy it is to use our Contracts SDK to set up your Rust Smart Contract runtime and development environment. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to install the CasperLabs crate, and the command to do that is cargo install cargo CasperLabs. And I'm going to use the force flag to just make sure it overwrites anything that could be laying on my system. And you can find these directions on crates.io, but you can also find it under CasperLabs execution engine cargo-CasperLabs. And once this crate has been installed, we're going to go ahead and create our project. And so the command to do that is cargo-CasperLabs and the name of your contract or project. We'll just call this our fancy contract. And that will happen pretty quickly. You'll notice you can go into the project folder and you can see that we've created two top-level directories here, the contracts folder and the test folder. This SDK gives you a full test environment that you can then, it creates the entire structure and the stub of a single test, so you can go ahead and model that structure to create a full testing framework for your contract. So the next thing you want to do is you want to set up to build your contract. So we want to go into the contract folder, which we've already done. We're going to go into the contract folder within the project folder, and we're going to do a rust up install cat rust toolchain. And then we're going to create a build target for your contract. There we go, it's set up, and it's, so now if you wish, you can go ahead and build this, albeit empty, project. And so you can go ahead and compile it. Now, while the project is compiling, you can note here that it will drop into this, under the contract folder, there'll be a target wasm32. And then it'll be whatever the contract, it'll be built to contract.wasm here. So do be aware that if you want to change the name of the contract in terms of what it builds, you'll need to probably change that if you're going to have multiple contracts in the same directory. You shouldn't do that. Each project should have its own contract. But in the event when you deploy this, if you want to keep your deployment separate, you'll need to have a different wasm name here. So if we go in here, we just do a CD. And we do a ls, you'll see that you've got this contract.wasm file that was built. This means your contract, the empty contract compiled. Now what's really cool about this framework is now you can run your contract against the execution engine. And as you all may or may not be aware, the CasperLabs blockchain has its own virtual machine, its execution engine. This is where contracts run. And on a lot of blockchain projects, you need a separate node in order to run the smart contracts. But what we've been able to do here for you is create a runtime that is exactly the same as running this contract on the blockchain, but without any of the overhead of a node. And this enables you to run it within CLion, run it within CI or CD or any test infrastructure, and observe the effects of your contract. So we're going to go into the test folder. And if we run cargo test, what's actually happening right now is we're compiling all of the dependencies required in order to run the execution engine. So the execution engine is actually running here locally, and it will run your contract and run the test right here. So while that is compiling and moving along here, you'll see we can go ahead and we can open up our project within CLion here. So I can just go to my fancy contract here, and I'm going to open it up in a brand new window here. And so when you look at this project, you'll see here, you've got your source code and you've got your basic contract code here. We have set up for you the entire structure of the contract. So you can go ahead and set up your constants here. We have the CasperLabs contract API available for you and the type system. And then you can go ahead and build your contract out in this main section here and we run it using your tests here, and that includes breakpoints, right? So you can set breakpoints and watch variables as you would when you're building any other engineering project, any other software development project. And you'll see here, we're building the CasperLabs engine gRPC service here. And this is the execution engine that is going to run your contract. So the contract is running right now. And we've also provided Rust docs as part of this process here. So you can go into docs.rs and just search for CasperLabs contract, and you will find the functions available for managing the accounts and the runtime features here. These are all the runtime features available in the smart contracting interface. So we've got a full set of Rust specific documentation. And you'll see here that your test result passed. And here's your basic test. Should store hello world. And this means that the execution engine has run and it has created the effects and pushed the effects to the global state, which you should be able to watch and use breakpoints for building your contracts. That's our video for today. And again, this is using Cargo CasperLabs and the CasperLabs Contract Development Kit. Catch us on Discord or Telegram if you ever need help writing your contracts. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Cheers.